Anyone ready?
Judge, you just need to ask me a question, how much time you give them?
How much time you give me on Benjamin, Tyrell
On
Benjamin?
page 15, Judge, on the top.
Oh, on that one, I just issue a judge's warrant if they're not here by 10:30.
Okay, all right, thank you, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome.
Have a blessed day, man.
Oh, you too. All right, so with regards to this, we're currently in a jury trial, so I can't do two trials at once. So if you want to burn your continuance, you can, I'll hear it. Or, yeah, we're currently in trial.
Yeah.
Yes, Judge, I would, because I don't need just a day, I need like a month at least, so that Phyllis can recover. Because after she recovers from one eye, they're gonna do the other eye, and that's another recovery period.
But I'll be able to see there.
Hey, hey.
So we need a little time.
All right, you scheduled for surgery today?
Yeah,
Why are you here?
because I have work to do and it's not till 2:30.
Go, Phyllis, go.
I still have places to go when I leave
Yeah.
here.
All right. All right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2025 CR 007922, State versus Jesus Suarez Marino. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Javier Padilla for the defendant.
Let's go for the next one.
All right, and are you Mr. Marino?
Yes.
All right, your attorney has filed a motion for continuance. You're scheduled for jury trial today. However, the court is currently in jury trial. Came close to trying two cases at the same time, but that just cannot be done. So do you have any objection to your attorney's motion for continuance?
No, ma'am.
State, do you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Then the court will grant the motion. So Ms. Bill, when will you be available?
Yeah, the second, so I know it has to be at least 2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
The other surgery has not been scheduled yet.
Okay,
And so, I know that I go back a week from today to see, to make sure that my right eye is all right. And I don't know if they're gonna schedule the second surgery then or not. So,
all right, Norma, I need a jury trial date, the end of June. It's family violence. And we'll see where we are.
Thank you, Judge.
okay.
All right, June 30th.
Okay.
Judge, thank you. And one other thing, I'm gonna file a motion to modify the bond conditions a little bit to allow Mr. Moreno to return to church until trial. You'd already signed one allowing him to do that on Sunday mornings,
Mhm.
but it expired the last time, so I want to extend it.
What, expired for him to go to church?
Yes, because it was only for the last trial setting, up until the last trial setting.
Do you have any issue?
I have no objection to it being.
And so I haven't filed it yet, but I'm going to, and my question is, do you want him to come back when I do file it, or can we take care of it now? And I
Just 1 second. Could you hand me that printout, please? And if you'll confer with the state on that, and if the state has no objection, I'll sign it. All
Thank you.
right, thank you. Yes,
Yeah, may I have a question?
yes,
This is just reopening the fact up on Mr. Elkadrab,
yes.
the one, or the first one on the docket. I wanted to see, after our last hearing, the court stated that if the trial was not to go forward today, and if Mr. Elkadrab wasn't present, that we could readdress the motion to withdraw.
He's not present because he's in custody in another county.
Understood.
So Norma's gonna bench warrant him, and your jury trial is gonna be on June 8th.
Would the court reconsider the motion to withdraw at this time, now that we have? a new
No.
Court date and there's additional time for court-appointed counsel?
No,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Carla Ovalle. All right, on this case, where are we on discovery?
We have discovery, Your Honor. The state will tender an offer. It's Ms. Ida Cheta's case,
Huh.
and we expect that very soon.
All right, so has an offer already been tendered or no?
Your Honor.
Oh,
All right, and how old are you?
23.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 45-day reset for a plea deadline date?
Yes. June 25th.
All right, June 25th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused, okay? Have a good one. Anyone else ready?
We have Nathaniel Christina, page 14.
Hello.
I do.
All right, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I believe we have all discovery and our, we'd like to apply to the PTD program.
All right, I need a PTD date.
That'd be June 11th.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
4, 5 down.
Matthew Caballero. All right, on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, we don't know, at least I don't know. So I checked on Axon and got a bit of discovery, didn't realize anything was on Veripic still. So I got a list of things that I have to look onto the old system. So there is still a lengthy amount of discovery that I have not seen, confirmed that it exists, or know if I have gotten everything.
All right, Norm, I need a reset date, 45 days for discovery, and state at that time, will you be prepared to tender an offer?
Yes.
All right, 45 days, please.
Please step down, because she has here for June 25th.
Thank you. All right, June 25th.
Do you want to wait for Norma just in case?
No.
June 25th, sounds good, Judge.
All right, thank you. I don't see a Deja Jones on 11.
Page 6.
Page 6, okay.
I got that one.
All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery?
We are, I'm so sorry, Judge.
Okay.
We're awaiting victim contact. I also sent an email to the agency to inquire about body worn camera surveillance. So we just asked for 30 days.
That's correct, Judge. This alleged incident in Creative School. We believe that there may be some videos, so I did file that request for discovery pursuant to Article 3914. So we want to see about the existence of those evidentiary things, Your Honor.
All right, I need a 45-day reset for discovery.
June 25th.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Thank you.
Ms. Jones? Who's yours?
All right, so you all are scheduled for jury trial. We're currently in jury trial. So what do we want to do? What date?
Because I was going to confer about that.
Oh, I apologize, Judge. Yeah,
Okay.
well, I'll confer with Megan.
Yes, and if y'all will confer with Ms. Ferguson, and then just let me know what date.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can't do your jury trial today because we're currently in a jury trial, but we'll try to get you up as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, just have a seat.
George Garza?
July 21st.
All right, July 21st. And if you all have any defense, if you all have any motions you want the court to hear, let's have them heard before then, if it's,
Yes, Your Honor.
evidentiary.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you. Who's the interpreter here for?
For Jesus Sarate, Your Honor.
And let me see.
Page 2, board document.
All right, and are you all ready to?
Okay. Okay, that's it.
Oh, is it Jesus Alanis Zarate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Are you all ready on that?
We're ready, Judge.
Okay, if you all will come up. All right, we're currently in a jury trial.
Mhm.
How long do you think this trial will go?
From the state side, I would probably be 2, maybe 3 days ago.
Yeah. Okay,
I agree, Judge. 3 days most.
okay,
Probably, I guess it'd be 4 with your selection.
all right. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes.
family violence jury trial date.
Yes.
When are they up next?
Today,
Yeah, are they up next week?
yes, ma'am, they're up next
Are you available next week, counsel?
Let me see, Judge. What day next week?
week, the 19th.
Judge, I'm unavailable the 19th,
Okay,
but
19th and then the the week of the 25th. But I'm available, the week of June 1st. Yeah, June 1st.
That's, I think they got it.
All right, are you available June eighth?
I am, Your Honor.
Norma, can you put this down for June eighth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll put you down for June eighth.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, and again, counsel, if there's any motions that you want the court to hear, just let me know.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Okay, all right, who is it?
Angel Castillo.
All right, let me see what page he is on. All right, on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I talked to the state. They've given me an offer. It's in the file. As far as discovery, I think we have what the state has up to date. I don't know, I'm sure if there's anything new, they'll provide it to me. But we have what they have up to today.
All right, how old are you?
29.
29.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for a plea deadline date in 30 days,
June 11th.
June 11th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll bring you back on June 11th. At that time, you'll need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, your next court date after that will be a jury trial date. All right, thank you. Samuel Zamaripa,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. How's it going?
Running around, get some exercise on the stairs.
Oh, hey, there you go. All right, court starts at 9 a.m. You need to make sure you're here on time. You understand?
I apologize.
No. Just, you're on notice now, right? And you know where the courtroom is located
Yes, now I do.
and you know what the lines are like, all right? So where are we on discovery?
Judge, this is my first setting with you. It is coincidentally also my first true setting with his misdemeanor cases. Don't ask me why they took so long, but they did. I'm about to go down there with him to get a feel for it. I think there's some outstanding things. I just briefly talked with Brandon about it, but I'll know a little bit more after I get done with the
All
misdemeanor.
right, state,
Yes, Judge.
what's the outstanding discovery on this case?
I'm gonna find out from them
All
and then I'll get back with Brandon.
right, were you able to tender an offer?
We were, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, sir.
need a plea deadline date for 30 days.
June 11th.
All right, we'll see you back on June 11th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Vaquera?
So Your Honor.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
on this case. If you'll recall, I guess next week, jury trial.
If we can, Your Honor, so this is my case.
Mhm.
We come into the alcohol case, maybe the week after that.
Surely the first chair.
Surely she can, but I would very much like to be one.
I guess I need to sign in.
Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
set this for the week of June 8th.
Evening.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So June 8th, Ms. Ferguson, or June 9th?
The 9th.
All right, you'll be here for jury trial on June 9th. We're currently in a trial. That's why I can't take you today. All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Satanawa? Who's the attorney for Satanawa?
She's sitting back there. Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm very wonderful, thank you.
Some. All right, you're on this side and your client is here. All right, and who's for the state? On Mr. Satanawa, he's on page 5.
Judge, I'll announce that I haven't.
All right, have you conferred?
No, I need to look at video first. Have not had a chance to look at video yet.
Okay, I still like.
I
for
will
y'all to-
confer, but
All right, so once you all confer, if you'll step back. Sutherland. All right, so you all scheduled for jury trial. I can't take your trial today because we're currently in a jury trial. So Norma, can you call this for next week?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, is it possible to give us additional time? Cause he has to give his work a heads up, like 2 weeks notice every single time it gets reset. Is it possible to get a little bit more time so he can be accommodated?
Takes 2 weeks. I feel like.
All right, so let's do this. Let's keep it for June 9th. If there's an issue with your manager, they are where you have court?
Yes.
All right. If there's an issue with your manager, let us know. If there's no objection, I'll have Norma do a letter and say, hey, we're sorry, this is on us. Okay, because I don't want you to lose your job. All right, so, but that's the only space to fit you in.
No worries.
All right, so we'll see you back on June 9th, okay?
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
thank you. All right, Haram Hernandez. Who's the attorney?
Will Simmons?
All right, everybody's moving like there's no purpose. Okay. I'm like, okay. We're recessing at 12, so. All right, court is calling 2026 CR 00453 State versus Haram Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brandon Craig, State.
Defense.
Attorney Bill Simmons for defense.
And are you Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
State proceeding as presented?
We are, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
And while they're signing that, the court will find that state is in compliance with discovery.
Yeah.
All right, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? All right, let's do it this way. You have a right to a jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up that right to a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to do that?
I have 30 seconds. Judge.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said. Everything changed for not having the jury trial. That's the plea agreement. True.
All right.
Your Honor, for the record, so you remember prior to signing that document, we just asked you specifically if you know what a jury is and what a jury does?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you told me you know what that is?
Yes, sir.
You told me you do not want to have a jury trial in this case?
Yes, sir.
You understand that in exchange for the plea agreement, so that's the plea agreement, we're not having a jury trial.
Yes, sir.
That you want to give up those rights and move forward with the plea?
Yes, sir.
You understood that before you signed the documents, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How old are you?
19.
Have you had sufficient time to think about this and the consequences of entering into this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there this is what I need you to do for me, okay? If there's anything that you don't understand or any questions that you have, ask me, all right?
Ma'am.
Because entering into these plea bargain agreements, there are consequences attached to them. And sometimes younger people like yourself who are like 17, 19, 21, sometimes they don't think about all of the consequences when they're entering a plea. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to go over this with you slowly. If it's something you don't understand, just stop me. It's not going to bother me. That's what I get paid for, okay?
Mhm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So the first thing, you have a right to a jury trial. So with a jury trial, what would end up happening is 12 people would sit in the box. These would be just 12 ordinary citizens. Before they're seated in that box and sworn in, your attorney would get a chance to ask them questions. The state would ask them questions. And ultimately, a jury would be in the box. That jury, their sole job would be is to listen to whatever evidence is presented. So in your case, the state would call witnesses, right? So from reading the stipulations a little bit, some of the witnesses they would call the police officers, whoever is the person who stopped you, and have them testify about why they stopped you, right? Whoever did the search, they'll call that person to talk about the search. And then the person who did the drug testing, they would call them to present evidence to the jury that the drugs are what they're saying it is. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when the state calls those witnesses, your attorney would have a chance to question them, which is called cross-examination. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then after the state has presented their evidence, they couldn't call you as a witness. So they can say, oh, my next witness is going to be Mr. Hernandez. Now, when you're doing this plea bargain agreement, you're giving up your right not to testify. You understand? So you're waiving your right to remain silent. Also, what you're giving up is you're not going to have a jury. So 12 people are not going to listen to any evidence because you said you want to do a plea. The only person who's going to see the evidence is me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the state is not going to call any witnesses because their witnesses are going to come in the form of this piece of paper. And I'm just going to read what's in the piece of paper. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So do you understand all those things?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you want to go to a jury trial or you want to continue with this plea?
Continue with the plea.
All right. Did you understand if I grant your application for deferred adjudication, if you were ever revoked, then you're subject to the full range of punishment. So that means that you could be sentenced up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $2,000 fine. When you're sentenced to the state jail facility, that's day for day time. So if you're sentenced to 6 months, you're supposed to do 6 months. You'll get credit for some time that you've been in custody, but those are the rules. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor. I think some of his hesitancy is based on he was shocked that he got you as a judge and he's a little nervous that he thinks he's going to be on YouTube. He expressed that to me.
Well, no, I mean, he hasn't been answering my questions, but okay. And Mr. Hernandez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. According to this plea, there's a $1,000 fine that's going to be probated. What that means, if you're successful on your probation, you won't have to pay the $1,000. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2025 CC 016490. And that's for another court to sign. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense and state?
It is a plea, Judge. Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years, 70 hours of community service restitution, the DOEP, and regular UAs. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Judge. Reference to exhibit number 1, including all attachments. No objection, Your Honor.
All right, off the. Anthony.
Loretta.
No, it's Loera. Loera?
Loretta,
Loretta,
Loretta.
Loretto. Okay,
Announce every vote.
every vowel, every letter talks. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, so on this case, Odyssey is moving a little bit slow.
I have yet to receive any discovery out of Axon yet, Judge. So I have an appointment letter and that's about it.
At some point, Exxon and Odyssey is going to ask for representation because people keep blaming them for things. All right, so Norma, I need a discovery date. 45 days.
June 25th.
All right, and state
Yes, Judge.
on Anthony Loretta. Yes. You said June, what date?
25th.
All right, June 25th. Will you all be prepared to tender an offer at that time?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, once you sign the reset form, you excuse.
Thank you, Judge. Let's see.
All right, who's next?
Taylor, on page 7, one down.
Taylor.
I can't believe my phone's ringing. Can I get that?
That's okay. So where are we on discovery?
I have read their file. My file kind of reflects the same. There's no videos. We have conferred. They have made us an offer. We have made a counter.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
I need a plea deadline date in 45 days.
June 25th.
All right, so at that time, if you all have not reached an agreement, your next setting will be a jury trial date after that date,
What was the date? June?
June 25th.
That's right after Father's Day, Judge. I'm sorry. I'm not available. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next?
Just another plea, Judge Reyes.
I'm gonna email you, so I've got.
Probation, this is an application. Hello, Mr. Reyes.
Morning, Mom.
Good morning.
That's fine right there.
Court is calling 2025 CR 013280 State versus Tanelado Reyes. Can I have parties announce?
Joseph Appelt for the defense.
And are you Mr. Reyes?
Hmm.
You say yes or no?
Yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Reyes, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
No.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
We do, Your Honor.
State proceeding as presented?
We are good.
Mr. Reyes, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? All right, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea on this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so.
Mr. Reyes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
No.
If you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
No.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand that?
No.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,000 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be your plea? State defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? By citing that you're waiving your right to appeal, the only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Any such motions?
There are no such motions, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be 100 hours of community service restitution, the DOEP course, and regular UAs. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
Judge, we have exhibit number 1, including all attachments.
And defense has no objections, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Off the record for a moment.
Do the probation and give his
We'll
best
do
shot
it.
at it, Judge.
I
All right.
hope that he gets over his addiction.
Oh, I did too. All right, you're excused.
I thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, this is what the court will do. The court will find you guilty, as previously stated. Court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. Who is your support system? Do you have any family that you're staying with? It's just you?
My understanding, Your Honor, is he has his employer who's worked for a long time in the landscaping business. I believe the business is Done Right Lawns. It's Eddie Cruz. That's the person who helps him out and helps keep him on track, providing place to stay, work, makes $120 a day when he works. And that's his support system, Judge.
All right. So do you live by yourself? What does this say?
He stays with some friends sometimes, what he's informed me previously, Judge. Sometimes his boss helps him out, other times on the streets sometimes.
All right. So how long have you been using drugs?
Long, really not that long.
I mean, what does that mean? How often were you
Normally-
using? A year? And how often were you using?
Be honest, I don't know, man.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do then. Proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. In custody, I want the following. I want a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, then TAP evaluation. Follow recommendations. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. 100 hours of community service restitution. For every sober support meeting completed, an hour will be deducted. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. No residing in households with minors. And no unsupervised contact with minors. Probation, is there anything else?
Okay.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? Thank you.
That excuse, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Satanawa, you're ready? All right, if he'll come back up. So state, do you know if there's outstanding discovery?
Here's not all the discovery has been uploaded to the systems.
Okay. So Ms. Ferguson,
Yeah.
on this case, give me a 30-day reset. And we'll just say it's a discovery setting to give counsel a chance to review that. And then state at that time, you'll need to prepare to tender an offer.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. What day? All right,
Thank you.
June 11th. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Gabriel Ibarra. All right, where are we on discovery?
We have discovery, Judge, and we have a plea offer as well, Judge.
Okay. How old are you?
42.
All right, Norma, set this in 3 weeks for a plea deadline date.
June 2nd.
All right, June 2nd. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse. Thank you. All right, who's next?
The next one is Pete Ortega. He's got on page 1 at the bottom, Judge.
Pete Ortega. All right, you have all discovery?
We did, Judge, and we also have an offer on this for two.
All right, Norma, put this on the same date, June 2nd. All right, your plea deadline date will be June 2nd. All right. The court is calling 2025 CR 013333, State versus Anthony Blackburn. Can I have parties approach and announce for the record?
Virginia for the state of Texas.
And for the defense?
Douglas Hernandez for Mr. Blackburn.
Right. All right, have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Blackburn, you entered a plea, and according to your plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with your son, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. All right, State, do you have any witnesses? Defense, any witnesses?
We do, Your Honor. We have 3 witnesses.
Okay, did you call them?
The defense calls Sarah Hay. Hi.
All right, and sir, when witnesses come to testify, you'll need to move where the deputies are, okay? Hello. Hi. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
You do.
All right, you can lower your hand. So this is what I'm going to ask everybody to do with witnesses. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't take it as a sign of disrespect, but it'll just make it easier for the court reporter. So if you all will stand over there, I'll be able to hear. So if you'll stand that way facing the court reporter.
Okay.
And counsel, if you'll direct your questions that way, and I promise I'll be able to hear. If I can't, I'll ask you all to speak up for me.
You got
Okay.
it. Good morning, Ms. Hyde. Can you state your name and spell your last name for the record, please?
Sarah Heye, Heye.
And how do you know Anthony Blackburn?
Anthony is my nephew. I've known him all my life.
Can you explain to the judge a little bit? You know why we're here?
Yes, I know why we're here.
You know that he was involved in an incident where he ended up discharging a warning shot towards his son, which is an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And the judge today is trying to figure out, make a difficult decision on whether to sentence him up to 12 years or possibly grant him probation. Understand?
I understand what all that occurred that, yes.
Can you explain to the judge a little bit about what kind of childhood Anthony had?
Yes, his mother is my sister, and my sister is not very maternal. So he did live with his mom, but was raised primarily by my mother. And he's also lived with my husband and I. He's at different points, or we would pick him up on weekends and he would spend the time with us.
So is it fair to say that Anthony had a kind of like a broken home with your sister?
Yes.
Okay. Did he have a father in his life?
No, yes. She did remarry. My sister married and he got her husband, Larry Blackburn, adopted Tony. But then Larry just left and he abandoned the whole family.
Okay. How long was he married to your sister? A long time or a short period?
A short period, maybe 6 years.
you've seen Anthony grow up from his child. What kind of a child was Anthony?
He was boyish, he liked to do sports. He used to, do all the things that kids do. Very active, running around but he was also, because my sister was not married when she had him, he was babied, or he was everybody's baby, everybody, because he was no one, he had no father.
Okay. You saw him grow up to be a man and get married and become a father?
Yes.
What kind of a father was he?
Tony took great pride in having his boys. And Tony would always, as they grew older,
Anthony.
Oh, Anthony, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes. Anthony spent a lot of time with his boys and took them and got them started in Little League baseball. And he would coach the boys. So throughout the years of their younger years, he would always take them. Their life revolved around baseball.
So Anthony coached his sons. Did he ever have an opportunity to coach your sons, your kids?
Yes, because Tony handed out and helped my boys when they were in school to better themselves and their baseball skills.
So you've known Anthony his whole life. He obviously has made some mistakes in his life.
Yes, but we all make mistakes. And in this last incident, he has been quite remorseful. We have spent time where he just literally cries about the mistake he made with his son.
Do you know what caused this whole incident to happen?
It stems from the fact that Tony has 2 daughters from another woman, and he wanted to be responsible and take his daughters in and be a father to them, which was a shock to the whole family. So he wanted to make it one big family, and they were all opposed to doing it.
And how did Anthony handle dealing with the trauma that he caused his family when he told them about the affair with the other daughters?
He felt like they should give them a chance. They should give his daughters a chance to be, but that he was not allowing them to absorb the situation. So they were balking and he was pushing.
On the date of this incident, I learned that were you called out to the scene?
Tony called me and said that the police were there. So I hurried there to go to the house, and I was stopped by the police, but I was in close proximity, and I conversed with the sergeant that was asking me questions about Tony and, the weapons he may have, or who was I and what was our relationship and why wasn't his mother there? And I explained that Tony and I had, Anthony and I were close, so much closer than he and his mother.
Did they ask you if you felt that he was a danger?
Yes, I said no, he was not a danger. Tony is ignored.
After his arrest, can you explain to the judge what kind of changes, if any, you saw in Anthony as a result of this incident and being arrested and charged?
Yes, I see that besides being remorseful, Tony did take the time to take the anger management class. And I see that he worked and tried to utilize it when things would upset him. He'd walk away from that situation to think about it, cool off, and not to act on me. And he also is taking counseling. And he felt that he really does like the counseling, that it's giving him more peace. But I just find that I don't know how to put it. He's calmer. He's there. When I call him, he comes. He's an asset. And he's there for his girls. He's working on building that relationship because he has no relationship with his current family.
If the judge decides to grant Anthony probation, would you still be in his corner to provide support for him?
So most definitely, Tony is very much a part of our lives.
What are you hoping that the judge decides to do today?
I'm hoping that he would get probation. I feel that will jump through all the hoops to be able to continue his life as he is, to continue working, to provide for his girls.
Thank you. Absolutely. Ms. Fay, thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just have, if there's no objections, I just have one question. How long has he been in therapy? Because I think a question was asked about therapy.
End of December.
The end of December? Okay, all right. You may proceed.
Thank you, Ms. Kay, how old is Anthony?
He was born 68.
That's
He's 58.
56.
Okay.
All right. Do you believe 56-year-old men should be held accountable for them?
I feel that we all are accountable for what we do. But I feel that there's a period of grace.
And you were asked questions about the incident. There's no regret happened, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned that, I guess he told you he thought it was a mistake, right?
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
But I just want to make sure I understood what you said earlier correctly. You were talking about that as being a mistake. That he made a mistake that day of the incident. Is that correct?
Yes, he said that
He said he told you it was a mistake. Okay,
that
that's
he
what I want
wish
to
he had,
clarify.
yes, that he wish he had never done that. Yes.
Okay, so he's saying to you that him pointing a shotgun and firing it at us was a mistake.
He said he didn't really realize what he was doing.
And you've been a part of his life his whole life, correct?
Yes.
All right. How long or two? When did you become aware of his ownership of firearms?
As far as this particular firearm,
Any firearms? When did he start owning firearms? If you remember, or if you.
no, I don't. I do know that they went, he, his sons, my husband went off and go hunting. So that's,
Okay, when did he start using this? As a boy or as an adult?
I couldn't tell you, but I think it's young adult
Young
at
adult.
least.
Okay, so he's, I guess through that has come to use firearms, right? But you're unsure when he actually started to own firearms, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. No further questions, I'll pass the witness.
Any further questions? All right, you may be excused. Thank you.
Thank you for your-
Defense calls Joseph High.
All right. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, so if you could face that way and face towards the court reporter, and you can
Okay.
slide over to speak with her. All
Okay.
right.
Good morning, Joe. Can you state your name and spell your last name?
My name is Joseph A. High, Heye is the way the last name is spelled.
And how do you know Anthony?
He's my nephew. I've known him ever since he was 9 years old.
You're married to Sarah?
I am married to Sarah, yes,
How many years?
43 years.
Kids do you all have?
We have 3 kids. We had 4.
And you're currently retired?
I'm currently retired, yes.
What did you used to do?
Uh, I ran an electric motor service and high refrigeration company with my brothers,
For how many years?
45 years.
And so you've known Anthony since he was 9 years old. What kinds of interactions did you have with him?
Well, Anthony would stay with us on weekends many times. In fact, when he was in his early 20s, he resided with us and stayed with us for several years. He learned how to do technical things and other mechanical and electrical and refrigeration work, working for me and my business and my brother's business.
Anthony didn't have a father in his life, correct?
Correct. He was passed around and he felt abandoned by his mom.
You try to fill in those shoes whenever you could?
Oh, yes, yes. We would bring him into the house and he would stay with us. We would take and go do fishing and hunting trips, other things to that effect. And he worked with me at some property I have out of town, and we would he learned how to work and do very good.
Would he ever have an opportunity to be with his cousins, your kids?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. He was with us. He had interactions with my boys, very much so. And he even coached one of my boys in baseball for me. Yeah.
So you actually employed Anthony at some time?
Yes, we have.
For how many years?
12 to 15 years.
What kind of an employee was Anthony?
Anthony's a very astute, very good employee. He is very good at speaking with customers, explaining equipment and technical problems, and he has a very good attitude and very competitive.
And you got to see Anthony get married and father his own children?
Yes.
2 boys?
His 2 boys,
How,
yes.
can you explain what kind of a father was he with his boys?
He doted on his boys. He always worked with his boys very much, and he would take time to coach and to do other things, especially as they got into high school.
Since the date of this incident, have you witnessed any changes in how Anthony conducts his life?
Yes, I have.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes, I've seen that Anthony has become he is repentant, things he's done wrong to his family. And he is repentant and learned to understand the things that he has done to them as far as his actions in his ways. In the incident that he had, and also in the way he's brought up the facts of the affair, the other things that he's in that.
And how do you know that he's repentant?
By talking to him. He comes and he's come to me and told me. He's cried. He's asked for my advice, and well, we've gone to church together many times and talked about things that he should do as far as the way he should act and take care of the consequences of what he has done.
What do you believe he's been struggling with the most out of his family?
He's struggling with the rejection of him by his sons and by his wife because of the affair that he had, because of the other children that are in his life.
If the judge grants him probation, will you continue to show support to Anthony?
Yes, I will continue to show support for Anthony. I believe he's turned a corner and being responsible for the things he's done and that he is trying very hard to make things right for himself and for his family and his sons.
That's it. Thank you. Correct?
Yes, pronounced high.
Hi, I
This time.
apologize, not. Thank you for being here. I have
Sure.
a few quick questions, so similar kind of questions to what I asked your wife, Sarah. I'm trying to figure something out here. Obviously, you've been a part of his life for the most part, right?
A good, yes,
All right.
very much so.
Are you aware then of how Anthony came to be in ownership or possession? You know how that started?
He. No, not exactly.
Did you ever, or when did you come to know that he owned that?
About 10 years ago.
10 years ago, okay? What kind of firearms were you aware that he owned?
Hunting rifles, a shotgun, basically, that's about it. He used those to, we would go hunting together and go dove hunting and other types of things that we would do. And we have a family plot in Forge, Darlington, Texas, and we go out there and go dove hunting. What it amounts to him and his boys. We all.
So it's family hunting trips.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
To your knowledge, has he ever used those firearms for anything other than this?
No.
You ever seen him use them in any other way?
No.
You know, carry them around the house?
No.
Other than to get ready to go on a hunting trip?
Well, yeah, he cleans them and that's about it. Puts them up. We take care of them, keep them secure.
Now before this incident happened, do you know, did Anthony have anything like finger control issues?
Yes, yes, he was angry because his family was upset with him about the affair that he had.
How long did he have those anger issues?
About 3 years.
Is that 3 years before this incident took place?
Yes.
Okay. During that time, how did you see him manage his anger?
He would be upset and he would try to blame someone else.
Did he ever show any anger towards you or any member of your family of your life?
No, he would just disagree when we gave him advice as Tony, you ought to not have done that, or you shouldn't have done that. And he would he'd say, well, no, why? You know, he didn't accept it. And, that was just inner family arguing, just, you know, hey, you know, you shouldn't have said that to your wife. You shouldn't say these things to your sons.
Have you ever known him to be a violent person?
No.
Have you ever seen him be violent toward any member of your family or any other, I guess, close family friends that you might interact with?
No. He is actually, he's pretty easygoing. A lot of times if he gets upset, he walks away. At least when he's around me, but he has been tried with sons, and his daughter would get upset with him.
I just have one final question.
Yes.
Well, before I ask the question, you're aware of what happened, right?
Yes, I'm aware of what happened.
Do you feel that Anthony could have walked away then? From his anger?
He should have, yes. I don't know if he could have, but I wasn't in his shoes. And there were other custodians.
No further questions.
All right, thank you. Is this witness excused?
Okay.
All right, you can call your next witness.
Call Anthony Blackburn.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Anthony Blackburn.
All right. Defense, you may proceed.
Anthony, so how long have you been married to, AJ is your son in the complaint in this case, correct?
Yes, yes.
How long have you been married to his mother, Carrie?
Since 97, I believe it's 28 years.
28 years married? How many kids do you and Carrie have?
I have 2 children, Brandon and Anthony.
How old are they?
Anthony's 29. Brandon's 24.
Okay. Are you currently separated?
Yes, me and my wife Carrie are separated at
And
this
what
time.
is the reason for that separation?
I had an affair, and from the affair, I had 2 children. I had a wedlock that my wife and family were not aware of.
They weren't aware of
No.
and when did you tell your family that you had 2 daughters? Not part of the family.
Roughly 3 years ago.
Why did you tell them that?
I needed to have my family whole. The way I was deceitful, and my children had siblings they didn't know about, and it was heavy in my heart. I had a friend who passed away, and he was a real solid girl dad, and here I was living a life with my older daughter, my 2 sons, and had 2 daughters out there that they didn't know me from anybody else at the bus station, and I wanted my family united. I wanted them to be aware of each other and support each other and be a family.
But when you told your family and you told your wife and your sons, this must have been like a bomb exploded at the house when you told them. How did you handle their feelings?
I kept pushing for them to accept it. I go, "And these are your sisters, they're here. You're." I kept pushing and pushing for them to accept it, and I didn't realize I've hurt them tremendously. Uh, they have this one image of their dad, and now all of a sudden, bam! What do you mean I got 2 sisters? I just kept trying to, hey, these are your sisters, accept it, and that wasn't.
Did you ask them to forgive you?
I just told them to accept their sisters. I didn't ask for forgiveness, and I should have. I should have been more aware of their feelings. Give them space, trying to process it. I was just kind of, here's your sisters. Come on, you got to meet them.
So when you told them what happened with your life, how did your life change once you told your family?
Life wasn't the same. We started getting distant, and
All right, just one moment, please.
What were you hoping that your family would do when you told somebody about your daughters?
I had this crazy idea that we could all unite and be together. And
On the date of this incident, can you explain to the judge what happened? How did it start?
I had started with a phone call with my wife. I've been wanting to reconcile with her. And, she put me on speakerphone. And of course, AJ chimed in and she was telling me no, she didn't want to get back with me and she wanted to date. And Anthony was arguing with me that, I was a scab, that she had better options out there, better men suited than I was. And you know, it
How did that phone call end?
with anger and hurt
Anger from who?
on both sides, we were angry. We both said horrible things to each other that fathers and sons they wouldn't say to each other. I mean,
And then what happened?
he hung up and like not even 10 minutes and he was there at the house. He came to the house.
Anthony came to your house?
Yes.
And what happened?
I freaked out. I was like, here we are we were just arguing to each other. We were gonna hurt each other, beat each other up, and he came and I freaked out. I didn't know what he was gonna do. I lost my chain of thought, my sense of reasoning. I had anxiety, I was angry, I was sad. I wasn't thinking clearly and I went outside and turned around and I came inside and retrieved the firearm.
What
And
was your intent with the firearm?
just wanted to scare him. Just, you I've been telling him to stay out of the marriage conversation with me. And I'm sorry about this. Oh,
Since your date of your arrest, what did you realize you needed to do?
I needed to change. These weren't kids. These were adults and with their own mind and opinions, and they weren't going to do what Daddy said. Um,
What kinds of things did you do to make a change in your life?
I knew I needed help, so I took an anger management class. Was practicing that. Um, I just thought I needed more, and
This letter here is just from your therapist.
yes, that is from my therapist, and I started seeing a therapist.
Is that your certificate of completion of your anger management?
Yes, sir.
I showed Rick, please, just for you to check.
No objection? Okay.
What kinds of things have you done other than the therapy? And what have you learned actually from the therapy?
Everybody has their own opinions and thoughts, and you have to be respectful for it. You can't force anybody to think the way you think because they're not. There's no timetable on this is what I told you. You should have an answer for me. There's no timetable when you're dealing with raw emotions. You have to be respectful of everybody.
Are you still learning?
Yes, I every day.
Do you still make some mistakes?
Yes, I do. I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. That's why this therapy's been one of the best things for me, and that's why I keep seeing her weekly. I see her weekly every Thursday at 3 o'clock, and it helps when I recap the week of what made me feel maybe agitated or what. Speaking of my emotions, being clear
Have you ever had any kind of guidance with that in your 56 years of life?
No, and my wife always wanted me to go to therapy. And I was just so dead against it, but now that I'm in it, I see the need, the exercises we practice. I see, that it's a good thing. It helps calm and helps you keep thinking and, what could I do different?
So ultimately, what is your ultimate goal for yourself? Can you explain to the judge what that would be?
My ultimate goal would be I want to be a dad. I have my two daughters. I want to raise them and show them who their dad is, and I want them to have, like everybody, has a mother and a father.
Why is that so important to you?
Family's everything. You see it daily. It hits you, social media, TV, the newspaper, everything. Family's the core, and you have your family, a tight knit family. When you have a tight knit family, I believe it in my heart, you can overcome anything. You have a united family. Um,
Ask you a little bit about your wife, Karen. What do you feel like, what is Carrie's role in your ultimate goal? How do you see Carrie?
Carrie's my wife. We've been married a long time, and I love her dearly. She she's rejected my children, and understandable. That's
She's rejected your daughters?
yes. And it's understandable. I committed idiots against my family. I shouldn't have children out of wedlock, and I did. Um, I know she's moved on, and it's difficult, but I accept it because I can't turn my back on my children. I can't. I wasn't there to begin with, and I can't tell them, oh, well, I pick a woman over you. Children are a gift of God from God. I swear by it. They are, and I need to be there for them. I can't say that's selfish of me to choose a woman over my children. I couldn't. I can't. I have to do everything for my girls. I can't fail. I can't fail them. I can't. I need to be their dad. I need to show them.
Anthony, with regards to Carrie, it's been disclosed to us this morning, actually, that apparently you had placed some kind of device on her car in hopes of trying to make contact with her. Can you tell the judge what the reasoning is for that?
I regret that so much. That is a lack of judgment. I knew Carrie, that wasn't doing it to stalk or anything like that. I knew if I could talk to her, she could reach out to the children. And, if she accepted me, I would figure the boys would accept me. Because, right now I have no relationship with any of my family.
Do you feel that she's the key to possibly getting your children to give you
I
chance?
I feel that she's the voice of reason that they would listen to. But in the end, everybody got their own choice, opinions, and they may never accept me again.
Do you see that was a mistake?
It was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. I it I regret it so much. It's changed my life so much. I regret it.
So you've told the court that your ultimate goal is to somehow have your family be reunited and accepting of the two daughters and providing a family for your two daughters. How do you think that's ever gonna happen? What do you, what? do you think,
I don't, I need to change for one and be softer stance. But I don't think that will ever happen with all my children. It pains me. But I have to accept that, I don't think they're adults. I don't think they'll ever accept their sisters. I can't force it. It just has to come from their heart. And all I can do is show them that I'm different, I'm changed, and maybe they'll want to see, hey, Dad's still doing a decent job with these girls. Let's see how he is.
if the judge makes the difficult decision and grants you probation, Anthony, why do you think that you would deserve the probation? Why should she give you probation?
I'm a good person. I'm not bad. I've made a horrible decision in a moment's notice. But I'm not bad. I'm a good father. I work hard every day. I try to be the best and achieve. That's how I made lead technician at my work. I've immersed myself in work until it's time for me to be with my family and my daughters.
If the judge grants you probation, will you abide by every condition that she sets?
Absolutely, I have to. I have to be out for my daughters and be an example. There's nothing I wouldn't do. I would abide by every condition without hesitation.
Absolutely.
State.
Mark, I have a few questions for you.
Yes, sir.
You love your son, right? AJ?
Tremendously, sir. Tremendously.
But you have anger towards him though, right?
Not anger. It's not anger, it's hurt. Not anger, sir.
But the day of the incident, he hurt you so much that he called you.
Yes, sir, I was angry.
Prior to that, while we're here today, had your son ever been violent toward you?
We've had couple fist fights.
How long ago was that?
Maybe 5, 6 years. It's been
6 years before this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's been 5 or 6 years since he last been violent towards you.
Yes, sir.
And what about you towards him in that same time? Is you ever being violent towards him?
No, sir. We've had disagreements like father and sons do.
Nothing physical.
No, nothing physical, sir.
All right. And you mentioned that when your son arrived at your home, day of the incident, you freaked out, right?
Yes, sir.
What caused you to freak out?
I'll be truthful, sir. When we did have the fight, my sons are large men. They're
Did you take it that he was there to cause you harm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is based upon him causing harm previously, right?
Yes, and during that phone call we had, he had mentioned it. He wanted to knock my teeth in, and
So you took that to be a legitimate threat.
yes, sir.
When you got there, he didn't enter your house, right?
No,
And he didn't threaten you either, right? Even when he was there, I'm talking about?
no, sir. I don't believe so.
Yeah, you still felt so freaked out by his presence then, right?
Yes, it was we had a heated argument that just
And you felt the best way to portray your anger that he was to get your shot.
I was confused. I lost my mind at that time, sir. I had anxiety with me. I was hurt. I was angry. I don't believe I knew what I was doing or what my emotions were, I was lost, sir.
You ever sought help for those emotional issues you have?
No, but my wife had suggested during our marriage that I'd seek therapy, and I was always against it.
But since this has happened to you, you've sought therapy.
Yes, sir, I have. Yes, sir.
Is this the first time in your life you've sought therapy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You feel that you couldn't talk to your son that day and talk him down maybe from his anger if he was angry?
It's clouded. My mind was clouded. I don't think I was thinking reasonable of how I could handle the situation. I had so many emotions.
You could have called the police too, right? You were afraid for your safety.
Yes, I could. Like I said, I was clouded. I was confused. I was scared.
You went to go get that shotgun. Your son wasn't on your property anymore.
No, I don't.
In his vehicle, right?
No, he was outside the vehicle. Right.
Outside. How far away your residence was his vehicle? Let me ask you this.
50
From your house?
50 yards maybe?
50 yards.
Or less than.
50 yards away is where he was when you had your shotgun pointed at him, right?
It wasn't directly at him, sir. No.
Well, in his
Yes, sir.
direction. You're not pointing it like at his person.
No, sir. No. No. Yes, sir.
All right, understand. And he was that same distance away from you when you fired the shotgun, right?
Yes, sir.
And you hit his vehicle, right?
From what I understand, yes, but my fire, I was above him, and I just wanted it as a warning shot.
One shot. Scared of person. Warn him by shooting him, hitting him.
You know, all this time during our separation, they'd never come over. Never. I mean, I've been trying to talk to my wife, and they would never. So it was alarming for him to.
You were just so scared that you feel like you needed that shotgun to protect yourself.
I don't know what I felt, sir. I was clouded. My mind was clouded at that time, sir. I was scared. I was angered. Had
No.
anxiety going on at that time.
You were also asked, because it was disclosed as defense counsel mentioned this morning about this tattoo device. When did that take place? When did you do that? Let me ask you this, was it after this incident?
After what?
After this incident of you and your son and your shotgun?
Yes, it
After
was.
that,
Yes,
did you put the tracking device on your wife's vehicle?
yes, I did. It was.
And you've mentioned that you deeply regret what you did that day to your son.
More than anything, sir.
You're wanting the judge to grant you probation.
That is my hope, sir.
But despite that feeling of regret, you felt like the best thing to show the court your regret was to put a tracking device on your wife's vehicle.
No, sir, that was a lapse in judgment on my part that I'm very sorry for. I was trying to, I can't have no contact with Anthony.
You tried to do it in your life.
Yes, maybe she would say something nice on my behalf that where my son might reach out to me and say,
Wanting her to come into court.
Hmm?
You're wanting her to come into court on your behalf today?
I would have liked her to, but
Was that your only intent behind placing that tracking device?
yes, it was just I want my family back, sir. Yes.
All right. No further questions, I'll pass the witness.
Any further questions?
Yes, Your Honor, briefly. Anthony, I know that Rick here was trying to get you to admit that you were scared of your son, but what you were stating to Rick in your answers were you had a bunch of mixed feelings that had you confused. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. everything was swirling through my head. I don't know what I was thinking. I was, I was saddened. I was angered. I was tired. I was hurt.
Have you ever been in this position before in your life?
No,
having
sir.
your Family
No,
alienate you?
no.
like
I've
this?
always tried to keep the family together. I've always tried to, and I've been failing.
You
It-
realize that you caused this, though,
yes, I
correct?
did. When I
Is that your frustration? Is that part of your frustration? Is the fault of your own that you've caused this?
I made so much damage to myself. I've made bad decisions. Ultimately, I've done all this to myself. I mean, all this is a result of me, lies, not being truthful with my wife.
But you're starting to learn how to connect with your inner feelings and
Yes, sir.
and respect other people's
Yes,
opinions.
yes. That's the reason I attend therapy, and I wish to continue seeing my therapist because
Are you benefiting from that?
yes, I am. I really am. Um, this makes me think deeply, because I try to see what are going to be the consequences for my actions and stuff. Um, I, have to be respectful to everybody and the balance. Therapies has been that for me. It's helped me with my work relationships. It's helped me with my daughters.
You think therapy would help you continue progressing if placed on probation?
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
All right, I have a question if there are no objections.
No objection, no objection.
All right. This tracking device, was that put on after this incident that we're here for today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, was it put on after therapy? When was this tracking device put on? Was it before or after your therapy?
After my therapy.
All right, so this is what I can tell you, all the issues, and maybe somebody can address these issues for the court. In the stipulations, this entire incident is based upon my reading of the stipulations, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, is that his wife's significant other was done with him and she didn't want any part of him. And he continued to call and continued to call. And his son was going to say, hey, she doesn't want you anymore, stop calling. Then he ends up shooting in the air or shooting towards his son. According to the stipulation, he says he grabbed a shotgun, shot in the air. Then now I have that he's gone to therapy, which is a good thing. You've gone to therapy and your significant other wife still doesn't want you. And your response to that after therapy is to put a tracking device on a car. So that's what I need addressed because
Judge, at least from the stipulations and from his testimony and from his aunt and uncle, if I may.
Yes.
Anthony's whole thing is that he did not have the family unit when he was being raised that he so much desires. And he had initially for the first 27 years of his life with his wife. He's a flawed man and he made some mistakes. And he's in his desperation to have his family unified and provide a family for his two daughters that are teenagers. He was trying to get everybody to be okay with his mistake. And obviously Anthony doesn't have the emotional maturity to navigate through such an endeavor. And he got lost with his confusion. And his main thing is that he wants his sons to forgive him. He loves AJ. AJ has his name. He's Anthony Blackburn Jr. And he loves him. He's helped him in baseball. He loves his kids. He's proud of him. His son is a supervisor at a hospital. I did speak, if Judge, and I got Rick's permission. I spoke with AJ last night, and he's got mixed feelings. He's really hurt that his father did that. He doesn't want to come and help the state, but he didn't want to come here and participate at all. But he wanted me to relay to you that if you grant his father probation, please have him continue his mental health and go through therapy. And he needs that. He needs that for his betterment. And that would probably be the only way that Anthony will ever be able to be reunified with his family.
All right, so.
But he knows that his wife holds the key to his son's accepting of him, and that's why he did what he did and tried to make contact with her. He doesn't have a no contact order with her. It's just with AJ. So he's been trying to contact his wife so that, because he knows that she holds the key to the.
But see, here's the thing. It appears to the court, he doesn't understand. She doesn't want him anymore. And all of this continues to snowball because he won't have contact with her and she doesn't want him. And then he goes to therapy and he's putting a tracking device on her car. That's, you know?
That was a horrible lack of judgment. I'm like.
Well, I mean, no, it's not a lack of judgment. It's choices. It appears that somebody is telling you that they don't want you and you're still trying to keep a family together or you want this family to work and she tells you it's not working. I don't want this. And you seem to continue on with, you know, wanting to be with her, putting tracking devices on her vehicle. Now, I will tell you all this, if the son wants to come in and speak to the court, you know, I always say when family members come in and testify, it's not that they're hurting one side or the other. I just want the truth, their feelings on things, and ultimately the decision will be mine. But what I can tell parties right now before the son shows up, if the son is not going to show up, I will have made my decision and I don't think he's appropriate for probation. But if somebody thinks the son wants to appear by Zoom or the son wants to come here, then I'm more than willing to hear from the son. But his actions are telling me he's not appropriate.
I can check with the son, Your to my knowledge, he did not want to be here today. If he is more comfortable appearing via Zoom, I can ask him, let us know if he really wants.
All right, if y'all want to talk about that and for parties, you can let any witnesses know who testify. I have the ultimate decision, so I'm just gathering information.
Just wanna, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, who's ready?
So we have a lot of resets.
All right, let's do the resets and then I need to take a lunch break. Eric Nakros.
Excuse me, but did you want us to come back in the morning or?
Oh,
I should have an answer.
Oh, there.
Very quickly.
All right, where are you all on discovery? What's happening with this case?
Your Honor, we've confirmed with the state. There's a little bit of housekeeping we got to do on our end, and I think it'll be resolved by next setting.
Yes.
All right, he has a, oh, okay. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for disposition.
It'll be June 11th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Who's next?
Jose Dominguez, page 2 at the bottom.
Jose Dominguez.
Joseph?
Hello, Judge.
Hello.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Dominguez. I'm relatively new to the case. I just got some discovery from his old attorney, Adam LaHood, so I'd like some time for that, please.
All right. So what I will do, Norma, if you will call this back for final discovery, I'm sorry, final plea deadline date of 45 days.
Thank you, Judge.
June 25th.
All right. Is that good for you?
No, that's not good. I leave on the 24th. At the second week in July, no, the week after that, 13th.
All right, what date?
July 13th.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset
Yeah.
form, you're excused. Who's next?
I've got three more if you want to.
Yes.
Brandon McCaskill.
Brenda McCaskill.
We're going to set this for contested MTR.
Okay. All right, contested MTR in 20 days, please.
June 1st.
How about June 8th?
All right, June 8th.
Yes.
All right, see you
Let's
back
get on.
on June 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's next?
Well, you have another one.
I have two more.
Nathan Martinez.
I have Nathan Martinez, who's in custody. That, I'm here with Ms. Kramer on that. That's the capital we talked about last week.
All right, have y'all come to any dates?
Yes, October the, what did we say?
27.
20 what?
27.
Okay, just one
27.
second, let me put this in here.
October 27th.
Okay, just one second. Oh, Norma? On that same, Pomerantz, he's actually set for June 9th, not June 8th.
Okay.
All right, and then this one, let me see if I can find it on the sheet. No,
Martinez.
Martinez.
He's okay for this.
All right, and you said
October
October.
27.
All right, your jury trial will be October 27th. They'll bring you over dressed for trial. All right, thank you. Who's next?
Bevington. Laura, you'll tell her what you told me. Okay. Hi, Ms. Bevington. Come on up, sir. How are you, sir?
Yes.
Sent an email to Kroger for a few documents I believe we are missing.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have, how much time do y'all need?
Whatever the court will.
You do that same July 13th date?
Then y'all have to compare off docket.
We will.
All right. July what?
13.
All right, July 13th. That'll be your plea deadline date.
I'll just want you have a seat. I'll talk to you. Sure, it's all good.
Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Edward Cerna?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right, where are we on discovery, counsel?
We have discovery judge and we have a plea offer as well. We're still conferring about that.
How old are you? All right, Ms. Ferguson on Cerna, set this for a plea deadline date in 30 days.
11.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. All right, the court is calling. Sydney, are you ready?
Yeah.
Court is calling 2025 CR 013333 State versus Anthony Blackburn. Could I have parties re-announce?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Juan Carlos Hernandez for Mr. Blackburn.
And you're Mr. Blackburn?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, and then state you have a witness?
Charge, state policy, AJ Blackburn.
All right, and sir, if you'll stand over there with the deputy.
You're back against the counter?
Yes,
Thank you for coming down. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand if you will state your name for the record.
Anthony Blackburn Jr.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Blackburn. What do you recall from this incident as far as how that might begin?
The night began with some phone calls back and forth between my father and my mother. She had reiterated several times that she did not want to have conversations with him.
Where were you when this conversation was occurring?
We were at my apartment, my residence.
Okay, and your mother was with you at that?
Yes.
So go ahead and continue.
Several phone calls were made back and forth. At one point I ended up my mom had it on speakerphone and I kind of hopped on and told him that he needed to knock it off. So we were all fed up with it.
Who was doing the calling? Was it your mom calling your dad or your dad calling your mom?
He was calling my mom.
Yeah, how many times did you say he made the call?
Upwards of a dozen that day.
Okay. And then what happened after you got on the phone with him and told him what you
We got into an argument over the phone. Eventually we hung up. But what happened was he proceeded to call my sister and pick a fight with her and my brother-in-law.
What happened after that?
At that point, my brother-in-law left his residence. He had taken my sister's keys with him so that she couldn't follow. I received a phone call from my sister letting me know that my brother-in-law was en route over there and that he was really upset. So I hopped in my truck to go try to play peacemaker. And
Where were you planning to go?
right where I went, right outside the house, across the street.
Was it your intent to cause any hostility that night?
Not at all.
Did your attempt to cause any violence that night? No. Were you intending to threaten your father that night? So what happened when you arrived at your father's place?
I was coming down the road. His house would have been on my left-hand side. I put over to the right hand across the street. Parked pretty much directly in front of his driveway across the street. He exited his residence, and
When he exited, where were you?
when he exited, I was inside my driver's seat of my truck.
Okay, so you hadn't even gotten out of your truck, he's already coming. All right, what happened after he exited his residence?
He stopped at the front porch and began shouting that I needed to get out of there, essentially. At that point, I
Was he
opened,
doing one about that in a nice way?
not at all.
All right, what happened after he said those things?
As he was yelling, I had begun to open my door, and I stepped out and kind of anchored my back to the side of my truck and had said something along the lines of, "You need to stop acting effing crazy."
What did your father do in response to you saying?
At that point, he repeated the word crazy, put his index finger in the air, and said, "Wait right there." I kind of stood there in shock, but he had turned around at that point and re-entered the home.
What did you think was potentially going to happen at that point?
Honestly, at that point, I didn't think anything was gonna happen. What happened was the last thing I would have thought.
What happened after he went back into the residence?
I could hear some things shuffling around in the house in a violent manner. And then I heard the clear, distinct sound of a shotgun rack. And at that point, I re-entered my vehicle and
Where did you hear that sound come
from inside the residence.
Sounds silly, but how did you know it was a shotgun?
I've done this my whole life, hunting outdoor stuff. I know that sound.
So you're familiar with, okay, so what
Very much
happened
so.
after you heard that?
After I heard that sound, I jumped in the truck because I knew very well what that sound was, and I hammered down on the gas as hard as I could.
Happened after?
As I was driving off, I remember taking a look back over my left shoulder, and he was running out the front door with the shotgun in hand. I saw him shoulder it up. I put my head down towards the center console, heard the bang, felt the shake of the truck, immediately was overtaken with the smell of gunpowder.
To your knowledge, where did the shotgun blast?
It hit my driver's side back door.
How close was that from where you?
18, 24 inches behind me, a little on the low side.
What did you do after you put that?
I immediately started patting myself down, make sure I wasn't hit. That was the first thing. And then actually called my mother initially, and
How did you feel at that point?
I was in complete disbelief.
Happened after you called your mother?
She asked me probably what all mothers ask, if I had called the police. I said no and hung up and did that immediately.
Where were you when you made the call to police?
I believe I was right around Nogalitos and Division Road intersection, give or take.
How far away is that from your father's residence?
A mile, less than a mile.
When you were there at his residence, did you ever leave the proximity of your vehicle?
No.
In total, how long would you say you were there?
Felt like forever. 2 to 3 minutes probably, if we're being realistic. Maybe.
And how would you describe your father's behavior at that time?
He was enraged. He was very, very upset.
My last question is, how did it feel to have your father shoot that shot?
probably the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. Person I grew up idolizing, wanted to be like, in that moment had decided he wanted to try to take my life. It was still the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with to this day.
Good morning. My name's Juan Carlos Hernandez. I represent your father. We've spoken a couple times on the phone in regards to this case. Correct? You are aware that your father's has a no contact order, so he hasn't been able to reach out to you after this mental health crisis that he had that day. Would it surprise you that he has?
Yeah. This. You could just switch your, the color you probably.
Oh, and also if you all can step that way to the court reporter and I can
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Would it surprise you that Anthony, I've been representing him now for over a year. And yesterday he testified and showed his remorse of what he did. That's the last thing that he ever wanted to do was harm you. He just, for whatever reason, y'all's emotions were all very heightened. Is that a fair assessment?
Emotions are high.
And you know that your father probably struggles with his emotional control. You've seen that as a child, I'm sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Very much so.
But in all fairness, do you feel like your father has been a good father to you when you were little and he was teaching baseball and what he was proud of y'all? Did you all get that sense of him?
I think him as a father, it was always the two extremes. The good was always great. Couldn't complain about it. The good was great. But when it was bad, it was bad.
So in fairness with that answer, right, it kind of shows the court that your father is either hot or he's cold, right? He has an inability to modulate his emotional impulses. But if something gets him mad, he sparks up pretty quickly, correct? In this situation, he's made a mess of himself. Is that a fair assessment? Yeah. Okay. And by having an affair and having your two sisters now, essentially, and not telling the family for so long and then springing it on to the family, that must have been like pulling a pin up a hand grenade, and I'm sure that devastated your mother, correct? And you guys are very protective of your mother, correct? You and you've got a younger brother, Brandon. It's okay. And then you're having to deal with your pop, who does love you guys very much. Is that a fair assessment? But he's had a difficult time, controlling his emotions. He wants the family all to embrace the two new sisters because he wants that, but everybody else has their own feelings about it, correct? And he was, in his attempt to have his family united, he was going about it the wrong way by trying to force, you guys need to accept them. And is that a fair? Yes. Okay. And then things got superheated. He got booted out of the house though, right? Rightfully so. And he's been living alone now. After 20, how many years married to your mom?
9, I think, at this point.
So that's a long time. So now he's an older guy alone because of his own doing. Okay. But he is alone. He struggles with modulating his emotional impulsivity, correct? And he's frustrated because the good part of him, right, just wants everybody to be together. That's ideally what he wanted, right? But you guys weren't ready, and you guys are hurt, and so ugly things were being said both ways, right? Mom can get somebody better, and all the ugly things that he said, I'm sure too. You show up, you know that your brother-in-law is on his way, and he's pissed, correct? So from your dad's standpoint, when he sees people coming over after having such a heated conversation, right? Because your mom put the call on speaker. Yeah. Your father, at least from his perspective, he doesn't know why people now are showing up. He's going, oh God, AJ's gonna beat me up or someone's gonna beat me up. It wouldn't be far-fetched for him to think that, correct?
On that point, I would say he was aware.
Okay.
He, at several points throughout the phone calls, he had welcomed us over there to sort things out in a sense.
Okay.
He was very much so aware.
Okay. And so and knowing how he is, where he cannot regulate his emotions, now he sees you there on his property, he's now freaking out. It's our standpoint that at that point, your father hasn't had any therapy ever in his life. And he's never navigated. How do you handle when you spring on a family that you love, that I've got an extra family that nobody knows how to navigate that, right? Especially somebody like your pop. Okay. He sees you there. And I know this. He loves you very much. He loves the whole family. And he is so ashamed at what he can't even believe that he's done what he did. But he did it. And he's here for that. And I just want to make sure that we have all the context for the judge in fairness. And he's got 1 foot in the prison already. And he knows this, and it terrifies him. In all fairness, Anthony, can you see that your father was at the brink in his life, the lowest point that he's probably ever been, and he just snapped? Is that a possibility in your mind from what you know of this man?
I do.
It's something that you told Rick, that when he went into the house and you heard that, you were like, that's the last thing that you thought was going to even happen. Correct.
Correct.
Because he's never done something like this before.
He's gone off the wall in the past. He'd never done anything remotely on the playing field of this.
Yeah, and I believe so. If now Judge Boyd has a really difficult decision to make, because typically on a case like this, people get sent to prison, and she does it all the time. She's known for this, but she's trying to make a decision here, and that's why she asked you to come, and we're all thankful that you are here today, to give her a little bit more context. If she places him on probation, what would you like her to do?
If he is granted probation, I think mandatory, he needs to remain in therapy. He needs to continue his anger management classes. There needs to be no contact orders in place for me and my family.
Your mother?
My mother, my
Yes.
brother, my older sister. At this point, none of us want to speak to him, and we'd like for it to remain that way. And just to ensure that it is on a 1-strike basis. I am fully okay if Judge Boyd opts to do this, but I am very big on, if he does drop the ball, even something small one time, I think he needs to finish his term behind bars.
That's a fair answer. Let me ask you this one. This one's kind of more like a personal thing, because I've gotten to know this man. If he does all that, and he makes the changes, and he learns how to modulate himself, and he goes through therapy, is there any chance that the family will someday in the future possibly embrace him back? Not
I
to the position.
I can't speak for my family, but as far as for myself, what took place that night is irreversible, and I do not see myself having a relationship with him moving forward.
No further questions. Thank you.
Any further questions?
No further questions, Judge.
All right, thank you for coming down. All right, so I'm going to tell everybody this is what my issue is with this case. And this is why I'm glad you all were able to have the complainant come in and talk, because I wanted to know what was going on that night. But my issue is we have this incident that we're here for today, where I'm sure, based upon his actions, the affair, having children, then, as you said, counsel, springing it on the family and they're supposed to be accepting of these other people. So I'm sure it was heated arguments on both sides. I'm sure the telephone call was a heated phone call. And I understand that. But here's my issue. He goes there. The son is outside. Nobody's presented any information to the court that the son threatened him. I'm sure they had a heated conversation, and that is why, based upon the testimony that the son said, where your client was just one moment. But his son is driving away and is fired upon. Again, I understand that everything is heated. But then he goes to therapy, which was the evidence that was presented to the court. And I have the certificate. I've read it. Great. That means that he's addressing the issue. If that were all there was of the evidence, it would be an easy decision for me to make based upon the testimony that I've heard. But after he finishes with therapy and he gets a certificate, he puts a tracker on his ex's vehicle. That's an issue. And it seems that he's not letting go.
Could I address that?
Sure. And that's what I want you all to address. And I'm just telling you all what my issues are. And now I'll hear arguments from both sides and you all can address that. And if anybody wants to call somebody else as a witness to address that, you can.
I'll just close. In my close, I'll address those issues. So Judge, as you've become aware now, and with what's on the PSI, Anthony is a 56-year-old man. He's 2 years younger than me. He's a flawed man, like most of us. We all have details at different degrees.
Mm-hmm.
He's flawed in the sense of regulating his emotions. I think we feel after talking with the family and getting to know Anthony a little bit more, it kind of stems from his childhood with his mother. Not having a solid place for him to go. So he was moved and shuffled around. His sweet Uncle Joe that you met yesterday, he would try to step in a little bit. He has his own family and he was running his own air conditioning business. But when he could have Anthony over and he would spend some weekends and a few weeks sometimes when he was a child, he would take him out and do the kind of fatherly things that he has. I've raised 4 boys and I know how important a father is to boys. And if you're absent of that, it will cause some problems. Some guys stomach it up and put their bootstraps and become solid men, but not everybody.
But my question then would be, at what point, because I'm sure everyone has some trauma in their past.
Sure.
At what point do his actions become his own?
They're his actions, Judge. And I'm not throwing the typical defense. Oh, it's because he had a troubled child.
Oh, no.
I'm just trying to, a lot of times when I take we've been practicing together for a long time, right? And as criminal practitioners, we sometimes we have some evil people that we address, and you see them in court all the time. And sometimes we have good people that just do some crazy things that they would not do. And a lot of times we're trying to figure out, why did this good person get to this point to do this? Mm-hmm. Because he's not somebody who's got a history of this has been a surprise, right, to his family, to his son, mm-hmm. to himself. And it's because he had a mental snap, because he doesn't have that foundation that a lot of us had by being raised by good family members and having a solid life and going to college and doing all that stuff. Not everybody has that life, right? And here's a guy who's been struggling himself, desperately wanting to have a family. He found it with Carrie. He's raising 2 boys. He's teaching them how to play baseball. He's one of those active fathers. There's a lot of fathers that have kids and they don't do nothing with them. He's active with them. He loves them. He's flawed now. He has an affair with some woman. She gets pregnant. She has 2 of his kids. He doesn't introduce that. That's a big flaw, but that's not what he's here for that. But this is all part of what's swimming around in his mind and in his heart. And he doesn't have the tools. This happens, the son, they're all mad, and they putting hands on each other on past things. He's already invited them. You want to do something? So this is already getting to the point of some possible violence. And then he's frustrated because he desperately wants his family to just accept the two girls, which is not a realistic thing, but in his childish kind of emotional way of thinking, I just want my family to be together because that's what he wants. So it comes from a good place, but how he is not able to regulate his emotions, he snapped. And he did something that he would have never done. If we would have thought that, oh, this is a self-defense case, this is not this is an imperfect self-defense case, and that's why we're pleading. He's taken responsibility. He knows that what he did was absolutely bonkers. I've seen him cry with snots coming out of his nose because of how deeply he feels that he's hurt his son. So now we're here, and this happens. And hats off to SAPD, Chief McManus, who was my captain when I was a police officer in DC. Chief McManus, they showed up to Anthony's house, and they were trying to make a decision with SWAT. Do we go in and grab this guy? And when Aunt Sarah came and they asked some questions, and then they looked at his background, they figured out, okay, this is not one of them guys that we need to go in there, kick the door down, and possibly shoot. He's not somebody who's like a gang member. This is a good guy who's had a snafu. And let's just wait and we'll pick him up a few days later. So hats off for them for doing that. They don't do that in every case, but they did it in this case. Because he was telling them on the police report, shoot me. He had snapped. He knew that he had done something that he couldn't even believe that he did. He didn't even know where it came from. So finally, he gets arrested. We put him through therapy, the first therapy that he's ever had in his life. And just because he's in therapy doesn't mean that he's cured. This is going to take a long time, but he's learning the tools. His family starts to see that, he's changing. He's not like impulsively getting mad whenever he's being like a normal person. He's figuring things out. He knows that he had to make a change. And if you've read in the PSI, when the probation officer asks him all these questions, it's the same thing that he said to them back then. He's saying it now. He knows that his wife Carrie is like the key holder to possibly having the other sons accept him back, or not ever like they used to be. They're never going to be the same family again, but to at least not alienate him so much. And so he foolishly, without my knowledge, because this was just popped on me yesterday morning, that he put a thing on there so that he could maybe run into her and try to talk with her when, which is foolish. But it's all with the reasoning that he's just trying to get his family back. I think that if you were to even give him a chance and you do it, you can customize this to actually maybe help him with his progression. He's progressing. Put strict no contact with Carrie too, even though she's not a complainant in this case. We're going to put it on Carrie, on Brandon, and on AJ. No contact, a zero tolerance. You even cough in the wrong direction, you are going to prison. Because right now he's building a relationship with his daughters, who he's just recontacted with in the last 3 years. Went to their quinces. He pays child support. He's got a good job. He's living alone and he's figuring his life out. I think that we sometimes, as criminal practitioners, we can help people achieve something, and it doesn't happen in every case, but it's really nice when we see people that we haven't seen that have been in the court system and they changed their life around, and it's nice to be a part of that. I think that we can have that happen in Anthony's case. His son is open to giving him a chance. He knows his father's never done anything like this. SAPD handled it the way that I think they should have, because they knew that he's not like an ongoing threat. I say, let's give him a chance. And that's our hope, that you can consider that. But whatever your decision is your decision, and we respect it.
Okay. And Mr. Blackburn, I want you to know, whenever you go to judges school, you know what they tell you? Don't say anything on the record. That's it. That's not me, right? And the reason why I say certain things is because it's happening mentally, and I want those issues to address. And I never want attorneys to leave without addressing an issue that I may have, to address my concerns. Because otherwise, it's sort of like when you have a jury trial and you do a closing argument to a jury, and you think, hey, this is what everybody should be concentrating on. And then when they come back with the verdict, you find out, no, the whole thing to them was about a blue shirt or something. So that's why I will always ask questions, because those are the things that I want addressed. So you're having an affair, that's not really going into the court's consideration. Oh, you should go to prison. Oh, you should not go to prison. That's just something for me to consider about everything that was going on that night, like why tempers were the way they were. So I just wanted you to know that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I'm hearing everything and listening to everything and listening to everybody's arguments. Okay. And I'm internalizing everything that everyone is saying, because I'm trying to understand how we're at this point now with regards to the charges against you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
All right. If you want to say something, you're still under oath.
You know, I upset my son and my other son not wanting to, and my wife, and I'm sure she's gonna divorce me, and I said they don't want nothing to do with me no more, ma'am. If I could have a chance to raise my daughters, at least I'll walk that straight line, ma'am. You'll never see me. I'll do whatever you require me to do. You know, I've built a good life working. I'm a hard worker, man. I really am. I've done stupid things.
But see, here's the thing. My major concern with you
Yes, ma'am.
is, well, one of the concerns is putting the tracker on the vehicle after therapy. And what I can tell you, many times when relatives will come in and testify, and I can see that your son loves you, right? I don't think anybody thinks he doesn't love you.
I'm tremendous.
And I always tell loved ones and relatives who come testify, because they're always like, oh my gosh, did I say something wrong? Am I the reason this person is going to prison or not going to prison? And I would always tell them, no, you're just there to give information. So everyone is here to give information to me so I can make what I deem to be the best decision. And what I can tell you, what I'm grappling with you is, you know, that your wife, or soon to be ex-wife, that you're going through a divorce with, she doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it appears on that night, she didn't want anything to do with you. And if that would have been it, where she doesn't want anything to do with you, this happened, I hear all the evidence, and there's no tracker on her vehicle, then I would not be taking that into consideration as some of the evidence. But it appears there's issues with you with no contact. You understand?
I won't have any contact with him.
All right. And then do you have any questions of him?
No questions, but I may have a 2-minute.
Yes, I'll hear your argument.
I object to that.
Okay.
I understand and I appreciate the fact that it seems like the defendant has had a troubled life. And it's upsetting, but he's 56 years old. At some point, he needs to be responsible for his own actions. And I understand tempers were high that night, emotions were high that night. But to get to the point where he's going to fire a shotgun at his son, when all he could have done, step away, come back inside, or just called the police saying, I feel threatened by my son's presence here. I need help. Could have been a lot different. We wouldn't be here today. But to go forward with that shotgun blast and have it impact the vehicle where his son was at, 18 inches to 24 inches, like the son just said, if he was any closer, could have been a different story altogether. And then for him to enter a plea to this, go to therapy, which I appreciate, but despite that, trying to show you he's worthy of probation After all that, he puts the tractor on the vehicle. We're very concerning, very upset. Because of his actions that I think he's been held accountable and responsible for, state does not feel that he is an appropriate candidate for deferred. We would ask, Your Honor, to deny his application for all the cap and send it 10 years.
Okay. All right. And how old are your daughters?
18 and the other one just turned 16 a couple days ago.
All right, this is what, and mind you, I'm taking everything in consideration in my sentence. This is what the court is going to do. The court will find you guilty, sentence you to $1,500 fine, time and money will run concurrently. The court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with Anthony Blackburn Jr. And what is the wife's name? I'm sorry, who?
Carrie Blackburn.
All right, is that Kerry?
I believe it's with a C.
See?
Carrie Blackburn, Barrie.
All right, and so there's to be no contact with Kerry Blackburn and Anthony Blackburn Jr.
Also ask for no contact with his brothers.
Well, the question is, does anyone know? And because the brother and sister, those are adults, right? Am I? All right, are they asking for no contact? And what I can tell you, sir, is things may change. They may decide they want to have contact, but for now they're saying they don't want any contact. So I have to order no contact. And I'm gonna order the therapeutic community, and I will put for mental health. The therapeutic community, I don't have any jurisdiction to force you in to have them place you in the program. But if you ask for it, they'll see in the judgment that I put therapeutic community.
Speaking with his sister and brother, his sister Stephanie Blackburn does want a no contact order. Brother does not. So we only asked that Your Honor enforce no contact order with Stephanie Blackburn as well.
All right, so it's Stephanie, and no contact with Stephanie Blackburn. And the other person is okay with having contact?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, so Brandon wants to have contact. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question about that, you'll need to speak with an attorney. What I can tell you is I listened to all the evidence. That is why I didn't sentence you to the full 10 years, because I know there's other things that were going on. Counsel. Yeah. All right, good luck to you, sir. Isa Brianna Ortiz. Bye-bye. Bye, Rick.
I don't know if you've looked at the papers, but we made a change to the agreements.
Okay.
So it's just whited out.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 0000640, State versus Isa Brianna Ortiz. Can I have parties announced?
Matthew Brown for the defense.
And are you Miss Ortiz?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Miss Ortiz, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? And sign it?
Yes, I did.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
I do, Judge, but the application for supervision will be unnecessary.
Ah, okay,
Sorry.
thank you. So there's no application? All right, thank you. You understand that you're no longer applying for probation with the court?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Ortiz, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? All right, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ortiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, according to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
And again, my understanding, you had previously reached an agreement recommending community supervision.
Yes, ma'am.
And community supervision is a form of probation. But by entering this plea, you're telling the court you no longer want to be considered for probation. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Any objections to the court whiting out the part that says recommending? Okay, thank you. All right. So again, the agreement you've reached then is for 2 years in the prison. Did you understand?
Yes.
State defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Any motions?
No, Your Honor, there were not.
All right, then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, state offer states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. If I could just have a moment.
Yes. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just ask you to follow agreement, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. The court will request the therapeutic community, and there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Counsel, I was reading in the stipulated evidence that she had a warrant, and she was a wanted person. Is there any outstanding cases?
Enterprise.
Okay. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Noey Garcia? What is happening with your case?
It's my new girl.
Thank you. All right, if he can come up, please. And could somebody contact Mr. Let me see where Robert Porter is.
He was going to 227th first. He had full docket today,
Oh, yeah.
10 different courts. And Lucky County courts too.
Yeah. All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 002-872 State versus Noey Garcia. Can I have parties announced?
State.
Jay Moritz, Your Honor, from Mr. Garcia.
And are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, this is an application. Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garcia, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? And sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with theft of property, 2,500 to 30,000 as state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea, off the record. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, there's a $500 fine and the state recommends deferred. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
State defense, is that the plea?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, no contact with Enterprise Car Rental at 10718 Petranco Road, number 104. San Antonio, Texas 78251, and the MRT. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attached.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, and state, is there any restitution?
There is not, Judge. It's been recovered.
All right, thank you. State, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Ron.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Okay, just, we're hoping that you follow the agreement.
All right. So what did you think was going to happen when you didn't return a vehicle back to people?
Brother had messed it up, or I was trying to get it fixed before I gave it back to them, but at the timing just didn't work out before.
What do you mean fixed?
He hit like another car on the side. It wasn't like big damage. There's like a dent on the side of the thing.
Mhm.
And I knew somebody that could fix it, and I was trying to fix it before they got a hold, like to give it
Well,
back.
they said that you stopped making payments.
Well, I wasn't on my car. I didn't have the money on my card. I was just trying to fix it before I didn't have the money to keep going. So I wasn't trying to pay for the damages either. So I was gonna fix it before I gave it back. Like my cousin, he owns a mechanic shop. I was trying to get it to him.
None of that is mentioned. What you're telling me, none of that is in the stipulations.
Oh, no, it was just what I had did, my wrongdoings. What I was doing.
Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I own 2 taco trucks.
All right. And do you have children?
Yes, I have.
What are their ages?
7, 3 months to 11.
And do they live with you?
I have full custody for it.
This is what the court is going to do. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs or the patch. 2 years deferred adjudication. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. No contact with enterprise, car rental. And you're probably in their system, so they're probably not going to rent to you anymore.
Is that with any, because I travel a lot, I can go like to different rental cars?
Well, let me just tell you,
Oh.
you're probably in their system and they're going to flag you and they're not going to rent a vehicle to you. So when they don't rent a vehicle to you, don't go get somebody else to do a rental and hand it to you from enterprise, because that's going to cause a whole lot of problems for them.
But I can go through different, as long as I don't touch enterprise or go next.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine.
So no contact with enterprise car rental at 10718 Petranco Road. Number 104, San Antonio, Texas, 78251. 100 hours community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's completed, 50 hours will be deemed satisfied. The remaining 50 hours will be deemed satisfied upon completion of the MRT, and I'm ordering the MRT. Probation, is there anything else?
Okay.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. If there's an issue, let probation know. And don't bring this to your mom's doorstep anymore, okay?
It was my house.
Yeah, but she's there
No,
and,
she lives with me. I have to,
okay.
like, take care of.
Well, when I say don't bring this to the doorstep, can you imagine how she felt? The police are there for her baby,
I
right?
understand, yes.
And she's crying.
It wasn't supposed to get this. It would
But
never
it
happen.
did.
Yeah, it would never happen again.
All right, well, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.